with me, Mr. Chuck Huber. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, big boy?
I'm doing just fantastic.
Good.
So it's been a year since the last time we got the chance to talk with you. I was at Matsuricon last year. How have you been since then?
I died, but now I'm alive again, so it's all good.
Awesome. Dragon Ball, again, has gotten a new movie, and it's increased in... It has gotten a new movie, and it has increased in rise in popularity. How do you feel about it, and do you hope to be back in that universe, being able to play back in the Dragon Ball universe?
Yeah, getting to do Emperor Pilaf again was a lot of, oh, I'm Emperor Pilaf, It was a lot of fun, especially because he was kind of like the comedy relief in the middle of the movie, so it was a blast.
Awesome. Now, you happen to play it in the small hit, Glass Fleet. How is it being in that show, knowing it had a political backdrop and spaceship battles in space that still required cannonballs to be fired, especially because you got to play along with Travis Willingham, Greg Ayers, and then I think Caitlin was in there at one point.
All jerks. All those people, all jerks. Total jerks. Especially Travis, because he's too pretty. And Caitlin, she's too pretty, too. They're all too pretty. I like spaceship battles with cannonballs, just like the real ones that happen above Earth with our space fleet.
Right. And as a voice actor, it requires some physical motion to do your job. Have you ever been able to do a physical act to get the right voice? You know, do you ever throw a punch or a kick or something and then, do something of that nature, or take out a mic stand? I've heard from some individuals about doing the physical work in the booth.
Yeah, I've never really taken out anything in the booth, but in order to do Austria's voice, my hands have to be up like this, and I have to be shaking them. I don't know why. It's just what happens.
Now, in your bio, it discusses that you got to be the writer and director of Arbor Day, the musical. Yes. How did that project go? I mean, the word Arbor Day musical?
Yeah, it's the first musical comedy about September 11th. I'm just going to pause to let people just sort of absorb that. Yeah, Vic Mignogna, Brina Palencia, Jonathan Brooks, Jakey Cabe, Aaron Roberts, a lot of voice actors, actually. But it's a musical comedy about a director trying to put on a musical about September 11th. Vic has a song in it, Firefighter Jesus. Firefighter Jesus, break through the flames and rescue me. It's pretty awesome.
She sounds like a very good tribute to the whole situation.
Massive, awesome show. I actually had a friend whose father was the highest-ranking military officer killed at the Pentagon. So I went and pitched the movie to her, and she signed off, not on everything in it, but just on the idea of making a movie like that. So I figured I'm covered.
That sounds very fantastic. Yeah. We wish more and more for it.
Yeah, premieres September 10th. Will be the screening. September 11th, digitally online everywhere. So look for it. Check my Facebook page. Chuck Huber, Facebook. I don't know what it is. Google it.
We'll find it. Now, you got to be the writer on Bacano, a show about time jumping and story and plot. How did you approach the project, and did you get any help from the Doctor Who lovers over at Funimation, such as J. Michael Tatum and Christopher Ayers and all those lovely people?
I'm a Doctor Who lover, too. Bacano, yeah, the time jumping was trippy, and that was a little hard to do, but that was one of my favorite series to write because I got to, bust out all this 20s slang and got to, have Scott Freeman behind the camera right now. That's freaking! Sorry, he's not really there. Just try to ignore him. Just pretend he's not there. Yeah, but Bacano was really cool. And that's one of those trippy, if people are into that sort of thing and they're like, let me try anime, I'm like, yeah, Bacano's the one for you. Because, heads explode and then there's secret elixirs of life. It's really cool.
I love it. Actually, I bought it on the thin pack about a year after it came out. So I watched it straight through, plus the 3 OVAs. Crazy. You wrote Jerry Jewell. I mean, not Jerry. Jerry Jewell's a good actor, and on top of that, you wrote Chris Patton's lines and that OVA. Chris Patton's lines. I always tell people, Chris Patton, when he goes crazy, one of my favorite moments because you give him so fluid, fast, and also poetic lines. I'm like, how do you get that out so quickly? So I loved it. I loved it. Yeah. Now Star Trek Continues is moving right along with the 3rd episode to come out. How is it like working on the project? Again, I mean, you get to hang out with, the fellow Mythbuster, Grant Imahara.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, did you hear about that recently?
What?
The build team is leaving all of Mythbusters. Grant Imahara, Carrie, and Tori are all leaving.
Oh, that's sad. I think I may have already known that.
But working with them on Star Trek, how was that?
Oh, it's I was a nerd for Grant's work, way back in the Star Wars days, and then to be on set with him and be like, "Oh my God, you're Grant," was cool. And now we're just friends, so that's even cooler.
Awesome. Now, is there any upcoming shows you want fans to know about at this time that fans can check out? Via digital. You're obviously Arbor Day musical. So any upcoming projects you want fans to know about?
Yeah, there's another movie project called Odd Man Out that should be premiering digitally or globally shortly. Check that out. I'm a lead in it. It's sort of a psychological thriller.
Cool. And thanks so much for talking with us. Hi. Thanks.
That would have been so fun.
Thanks so much for talking with us, Chuck.